welcome to episode 92 of Mysteries of Selindor. Last week, we fought the Whirlpool monster. The same monster we fought the week before. We're about to kill it. So, let's do that. It's its turn. It's the Whirlpool's turn.
Is it its mythic and lair action turn?
I think it Whirlpool action. So, it did... Let's see.
What did it do? Because it's been 2 weeks and I don't remember what.
The last thing it did is it brought up all of these tentacles, right?
It brought up some
tentacles. Shuffled and brought up all of its remaining tentacles.
So it shuffled and brought up. It shuffled. Okay.
It shuffled. It brought up all those tentacles. I think it maybe did some attacks with them. I don't know.
There's got to be. This is the thing I'm not sure of is which tentacle is powering the Whirlpool at the moment. That's the only thing I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and say it's probably that one. Nope, that one's gone. That one's also gone.
Well, what eyes are open?
So most of them are closed because it's not resurrecting any. And so the cold's half open. The necrotic is half open, but there's a tentacle up.
I guess I could switch to the fighting.
The cold's up too. It's
lightning
between.
Is up. Force is
cold's
up.
Right here.
And the piercing is up. Poison is the eye is closed, and same with acid. Because
they're like all the way closed, right?
Dead. So I don't know which one's powering. Yeah, I don't know if there should be a tentacle that is underwater that is swirling and making it do things, and that's the problem. I don't know which tentacle is doing that or supposed to be doing that.
Is it the necrotic one?
It was the necrotic one last round. So here we go. Goodbye, Force baby. All by yourself over here.
Oh.
You're now. Oh, that's not what I meant to do at all.
That's gonna draw things out.
I'm not gonna lie, it definitely took me a minute of checking which the dots were my monster.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, who's where? What?
It's this little thing next to Mr. Tentacles, right?
Yeah, it is. But I was like,
yellow dot.
The yellow dot. Yep.
GM lair.
Yeah, you can't see that on the stream at all.
I'm so sorry, guys. This is one of those days. This is one of those weeks where we're just like...
Our brains are mush. It's just going to happen.
Okay.
It'll be what it'll be.
So you guys watch as the Force Tentacle, as it is so lovingly known as now, submerges under the water. And as it does, you watch the Whirlpool take on a largely purple hue, and you can feel a sort of gravitational force building in the center.
Uh-oh.
With that, let's start slapping y'all bitches with some big old tentacles. All right, so this is gonna go to orange. And start slapping Mr. Tentacles. Okay, I gotta turn on.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, I gotta remember what all my buttons do. So that is a natural 1. Way to start up.
Beautiful tentacle. You're going to die soon too.
Okay. This one's gonna drop it down to the yellows. Yellow. And is going to make a tentacle attack that's a 22 to hit Mirimas.
Mirima, 22 to hit. Oh no, I don't have Mirimas.
Your 12
my
armor
mic
class.
keeps drooping. Oh yeah, my 12, of course. Yeah,
I think it's like a 12,
it is a 12.
right?
You're right. Yeah, that'll hit.
Yep.
For sure.
Right. So that's going to go ahead and do 45 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh boy, where is my health?
Which one was this? Was this the one at the very bottom?
This is what? This is the lightning tentacle.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
If you're able to be grappled, you're grappled.
I cannot be grappled.
Well, sucks to be a lightning tentacle. All right, this one's gonna slide on yonder here, drop down to yellow.
That was a big hit for me.
And
You
it's
lost a head, right?
No, it can't
I
be
already
on all
lost
of
one
those
this
levels.
turn.
And it's going to slap the shit or attempt to slap the shit out of the tiny little fly buzzing around, known as Midnight. Tentacles.
Midnight.
Slap!
It's okay.
I know.
I thought it was Midnight.
It's
With a C.
midnight. No.
Like midnight.
It's fine. What's the roll?
It's Mike and Ike.
I have it
like
written as the other one.
I know.
I'm sorry.
You got it wrong the
that
first
is a
time. We just
38
never
to hit.
corrected you.
Okay, that hits.
Woo! 37 points of piercing damage.
Jeez.
Right, and then
Aha!
necrotic tentacle is going to slide under yonder. I'm going to rotate. As it oh, no, you know what? Oh god, oh god. I am so ready for this fight to be over so that we don't have to deal with roll 20 for a while.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go pick a bar fight right after this, guys.
I'm gonna be so bad.
Well, Mitner's up there bored. Of course he is.
All right, so we're gonna slide down. It's also attacking Mirama.
No.
You're the closest.
Fuck.
That's a natural one.
Oh, okay.
That's 2 out of my 4 tentacle attacks were natural ones.
That's good because I could have
Good
died.
job, Tentacles. You did it. Well, you didn't do it, but you tried.
Okay, so with that, it is now that thing's turn is done, and we can make a bite attack
Yeah, it can
at
make a bite.
Mr. Tentacles.
Yeah.
So it's gonna do that. That is a 34 to hit.
It hits.
37 points of piercing damage, which is
Okay.
basically nothing. I rolled really, really low.
Well, hey, I'm under 200 hit points now.
Just basically nothing. Means nothing. Okay, so with that, as it goes and attacks you from all directions, its tentacles flapping around, some spiky, some not doing a whole lot of elemental stuff because that's poorly designed. And with that, we're moving on to Mirma.
All right. So I currently have 10 heads, which means I get to do 10 bite attacks. Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah, I did take my legendary action. Okay.
Goodbye. Goodbye, lightning tentacle.
So yeah, where I'm right. Yeah. Sure. Let's kill off that lightning.
or you can do whatever you want.
I'm gonna start by biting the lightning one, and then when it dies, I'll switch over to the one behind me.
Okay.
Do you also get a tail attack?
I sure do. Let's do that first because I always forget it. So that's 23 to hit.
Miss.
Oh, right.
25 AC.
Yeah.
She's like, oh wait, this thing has a high AC. Oh no.
Okay, well, that's fun.
I'm more like you sting it, but your stinger just
Oh,
kind of like
no.
Okay, so I don't have all of my attacks on there, but I have
the 32 hits and the 28 hits.
You need one more, it looks like.
yeah, I do need one more.
Did you
Okay,
cut-
but let's do damage for so the 32 to hit for 45 piercing and 2 fire.
45 piercing, 2 fire. Piercing hasn't gone down,
Yeah, he's the one that's up right there.
I know.
right? Yeah, piercing hasn't gone down at all, so that's half damage.
So 22.
Where are you? Oh my gosh, where are you, buddy? Lightning tentacle, 22. Okay, I got it. Next,
2 fire as well. I don't know if that.
1 fire.
And then 30.
No, 2 fire.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought the fire was totally dead.
28,
Okay.
24.
So 34. So 17 piercing and 5 fire.
17 piercing and 5 fire.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, 22 more. Okay.
And then I need to do another d20 plus.
You get the 28.
There was another 32. There were 2 32s, and then there was an 28 that hit.
Oh, the 28? Where's the 28?
The
Very
The
very
bottom.
bottom one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's
16 more piercing
and
damage?
4 fire.
You finish off the lightning tentacle. So as you bite into it and begin gnawing and ripping at the flesh, rubbery like gouts or gouts of some sort of like strange like electrically charged liquid and ichor start spilling into the whirlpool as you rip off the flesh and the whole tentacle severs. So that's that one.
Nice. Okay, so
What you got for me?
I get one more attack, and I'm just going to click the button again. We'll take the first one, and I'm going to...
Attack Neko.
Are you still hasted?
Neko just popped up. Oh, you're right. I am. Well,
See,
didn't know.
two
We
more
decided.
attacks.
We decided haste was gone already, right?
Yes,
Sumner?
haste is gone.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So I'm gonna.
It was 10 rounds. We're past that.
I'm gonna shift over here, and can I get the cold one?
She
Yeah.
got haste later on in the fight,
But
though. Not
you,
right
you
away.
can't get the cold one, but you can get the piercing
Well,
one.
isn't he on the same? Who's,
No. Okay, there's
Oh,
a
that's
lot of
not
dots.
his yellow dot.
but
Okay, the
the yellow
piercing
dot- My yellow
one's on
dot
the
is the
same
piercing
level
one.
as I am.
Probably a really bad idea for her to attack the piercing one, though, since she only does piercing damage.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm still gonna shift, but I'm gonna attack the necrotic one.
Cool. It's still on the same level. You guys are attacking it underwater, by the way, which, oh, yeah, that's right. Since you were underwater,
I forgot about that.
you were just taking force damage, that's all.
Okay. On the
Because-
start of my
because-
turn or something?
Yeah. 28 force damage.
Mirama's in trouble.
How trouble?
are gonna
well, I
heal
am.
at the
I am
end
going to
of your
heal,
turn,
so
right?
I'll be back up to 70 at the end of this.
Okay.
But yeah, another round like that one will do me in. Okay, so I get one more attack on this
Yep.
guy. So the first one is 28 to hit,
Which hits.
48 piercing, so 24,
Okay.
and then 9 fire.
And
Cool,
then
big
9
rolls.
fire. Cool.
And
Next,
then
what do we have?
I
You gonna
get
move?
how much movement would I need to spend to get above the water?
To get above
60?
the water? 60 feet of movement, yeah.
See how much movement do
You've
I
only
get?
moved about 30. You've only moved about 30 feet, and you get 80 feet of movement, so you should be able to do it, ish.
Okay,
I'll say
I-
you can do it.
or I could just come out this way, so that
Yeah,
I'm.
just move horizontally.
Yeah.
30
But I'd
feet
have to
of it.
be inside the yellow line.
Inside the
Yeah.
yellow line, or you need to like move up as well. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just be there.
Fair enough.
Sorry
What we
about
got? We have Mirama's turn is done.
that. Then Mitnir and Midnight.
It is Mitnir's turn. Mitnir, you are up top, looking
Ow.
down on this.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'll ask after you've described.
Okay, looking down on this, you see that they are taking chunks of tentacles, and it's getting sparser and sparser. You see this welling of energy building up, and as this thing cries out, you can sense, having murdered a fair bit of creatures during your time, that this thing is on its last legs. What would you like to do?
How crowded is the platform getting?
The platform has about 100 people on it right now, and it is still filling out with the rest of those that are fleeing from the rest of the Lifespring Cradle.
And then how much like noise and stuff like combat is happening, up above that I could.
It is less combat that you're hearing right now than people scraping together the last of their belongings and fleeing for their lives. You can hear some sounds of like maybe some magic being cast, but mostly what you're hearing is sounds of terror, a little bit of whimpering, or just the sounds of things being scraped and dragged.
Got it. Yeah, Mitnir jumps.
In your jumps.
And as he's jumping, he's like, exits this way! And just like,
You're gonna
So
fall in
I just
like
want to see how many
less than
people
a round,
follow
right?
him. That's what I want to see.
well, so with that, I want to hold rage.
The sword straight
for-
down.
Well, yeah, sword down, but I want to hold like the rage action to like just before I'm going to hit.
So all we hear is Tia! Of Link just going.
Basically, I mean, that's basically what's happening.
Just make sure you roll at the bottom.
So,
Okay.
and he's trying, I'm trying to aim for flesh, not.
And the
Game
thing
at
is,
all.
he will not hit the bottom before the turn, because I think we figured out that it was like 600 feet and around.
Yeah, it
So
was
he's
like
still got,
200.
It's like 500
It'd be the next
feet, yeah.
round.
Yeah, it's 1,000 feet on the drop total. So he's got
2 rounds.
more to go before he hits the bottom.
But yeah, so I jump off, telling everyone to follow shortly, essentially.
Okay.
All right, midnight.
I think green level was 500 feet, right? And then, so he's probably getting close to yellow in this
Yeah,
round.
that's true. Yeah, he's getting close to yellow.
Can he make it down to the fleshy bits of the mouth without going, in the teeth area?
So basically, the platform that you are standing on is
No,
about
No, Midnight.
My guy.
Oh, we're moving on.
I moved on. I'm following.
Yeah. Well, how far is your fly range?
80. So it's
You
like
can get.
it's like 40 to the middle is what that shows.
I would say that I didn't move his number up because he's at the bottom and I didn't give him a color, but he has risen out most recently, so he should be at orange level. So you should be able to make it there.
Okay, and are any of the eyes on this side partially open?
Yes, he has a partially opened. No, those are closed. I have them one striked. The only thing that's closed, that's partially open, is this one here, the cold eye. The rest of these are all closed. They only have one strike on them, but he doesn't have enough HP to open those eyes again.
So that's 65 from where I'm at. Can I make it there? Can he make it there?
I'm gonna say yes.
I mean, if the answer is no, it doesn't matter that much. But
the answer is yes because I have decided it's so.
that's fair.
I'm going to say you get about 60 feet of movement from the whirlpool. Oh shit, start of your turn, whirlpool. Are you underwater or?
I was not underwater.
You were not underwater. So, I'm so bad at DMing, guys. Okay, he says like 7 years into DMing. I need you to go ahead and make me a strength saving throw. Strength saving throw.
Okay. Don't roll bad. Roll 20, please. Okay, that works. That is a 31.
You're fine. And you feel the welling force trying to pull you in towards the center as it... But the wings on Midnight just keep beating against it. They're so fucking stout and muscular that this gravitational pull is nothing.
So, gonna bonus action fire. And then he's just gonna slash at the cold eyeball.
Make an attack roll.
I need to adjust this so I can see again. 37. I nat 20.
That's
nat 20.
20.
So the crit is 28 slashing. We'll check. 28 slashing and then 40 fire.
Cool. How does Midnight want to do this?
He just like full on, just like as he flies in, just dive bombs straight into the eyeball.
Yeah. So you guys watch as Midnight just like starts to get pulled. It's like if you were watching it from above, those of you that are up top looking down, and you, Nitnir, as you're going straight down, you see your little buddy almost look like an ant or a fly, just fly straight into the eye of this thing and then just disappear. And you guys watch as it begins melting and burning through that eye. It goes the most like blood-curdling cry comes from this thing as it begins to just wail in all directions. Its tentacles begin falling back into the whirlpool, and it begins to destabilize for a moment. And then there's this moment where you think, holy shit, this thing's going to attack again. You see it rears up, you see as Midnight comes out the side of it and just starts flying straight up into the water. And then it begins to open its mouth wider and wider. And then you watch as its body dissolves into the rest of the water, and a calm whirlpool continues to spin. Well, calm as whirlpools are. Continues to spin. There is no more monster.
Hey,
Bye,
I'm
monster.
gonna kill that as I'm still falling.
So you guys watch as this thing cuts through, and the body just becomes incorporeal and becomes part of the whirlpool itself. And then you watch Mitnir straight into the center.
Midnir, are you? He's out of range, isn't he? 1,000 feet.
The second that he hits the thing, he's just like.
Now is anyone following me? Right, I already drew.
It hasn't been anybody else's turn yet, so.
I mean, the people watching,
Yeah.
they're out of combat, right?
So you watch Mitnir goes over the edge. Ino's like, "Oh no!" and jumps after you. I'll catch you.
I'm going to.
That's how gravity works.
I'm going to cast Sending to Mitnir real quick, just to make sure he's out of the plane. So I just like, Mitnir, can you hear me? Did you make it? Are you dead at the bottom of the whirlpool? I guess I'll never know.
He can't. If it's tied to a specific plane, no, you cannot speak to Mitnir. Mitnir, you do not receive the message.
All right, well, he's either dead or he's free, so let's all go.
It's like, well, I suppose that's better than nothing. Come on, everyone. Jump.
Everybody, Seti will help. you know,
You
hurt
see
people.
a couple people jump and a couple people hesitate, and then Phil's like, "Fuck this," and starts throwing people over the edge.
Grim can probably grab some people with tentacles and just be like, "Okay, here we go."
Yeah, so you guys start pulling people and like jumping over the edge. Meanwhile, you can hear the sounds of lightning cracking behind you up and above, and you can see the mist begin to pull up in all directions. What was once morning now feels like night, as you are completely darkened by whatever artificial sun lights this place, being completely covered by the thick miasma of this mist and tentacles. You can see the shadows of them as the lightning strikes, just hitting in all directions.
Are there any people that are like frozen in panic or hesitating or like just can't jump?
There are
or
a couple
whatever?
people who couldn't jump, and you saw Phil was grabbing him and jumping or throwing him.
Okay, so like no, Phil's taking care of it.
Phil is trying, but he's Phil.
I can cast mass suggestion on 12 people to get them to jump if I need to.
All right, well, here's what I'm going to do.
It's a DC.
You don't need to.
He's AFK.
I guess
That's
Mr.
fine.
Tentacles can try and like catch people and carry them down if he needs to and everything too.
That is a great idea. Miramil will be doing the same thing.
I think the people who don't know that Mr. Tentacles is
All right,
good.
so what I was having you guys do
friggin'
is
shit themselves.
roll 2d12, and that is how many people are trying to stay.
Roll
Or
2d.
not
Who-
trying to
2D.
stay. 2d12, and that is
Here,
how many
I'll
people
roll
are
it.
too scared to jump, and don't seem like they are going to be grabbed by.
Oh boy, that was really bad. I rolled 21.
There are 21 people
Okay,
that
so
are just too scared to jump.
I will
Call
cast.
your kids.
I will cast mass suggestion on 12 of those 21, and suggest that they jump. The DC is a Wisdom save of 20.
DC is a wisdom save of 20.
I'm imagining
Here's
the average
what I'm gonna do.
layperson is probably not going
I'm
to
going to roll
succeed
5.
for like groups of.
That's 4. I'm gonna roll 5d20, and if anybody rolls above a actually rolls above a 15, then that'll be it. Plus 5 for their saving throw.
A lot of.
Grim's gonna ride around
wisdom.
on Ernie and just pick everybody
My
up as he
wisdom
passes.
save's only a plus 3.
Okay, 4 of them are still too scared to jump.
Okay,
But
so
the rest of them jump as you make the suggestion.
so 8 of them jump. So that's
No,
What?
not 8 of them jump.
13. What?
16.
Well, she can
jump.
only
I get
suggest
12.
12 though.
12 people
Oh.
were affected.
Oh well, then I only needed to roll 4 of these. Yeah. Okay. Does it? All 12 jump.
Okay.
You're good.
Okay, so 21
the-
minus 12. That's how many are
Yeah.
left.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'll ride around on Ernie and try and pick up anybody who's
Just knock
straggling.
them over.
All right. So as you
Well, I
try
just
down
mean like
these
I could
last
pick
few-
him up and put him on Ernie, and then we just jump. You know?
Yeah, you see as a lightning worm starts rushing in the direction toward you. Says, "Everyone, jump the rest of me in. There's no chance of survival here. We have to flee."
I will if any of these hesitating are small enough that I can grab kids or something, or halflings, if I can just tackle 2 of them as I go over.
Yeah, just you guys. It's go time. So there are a few stragglers you guys are not able to get that are just too catatonic or still trying to grab their things up top. But you
Oh,
get
leave
most
your
of them.
fucking things. Are you an idiot? Oh my
Then they're
god.
dead. That's their fault.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Oren would like to jump in, I guess, but I'm not going straight to the bottom. I'm looking around for a piece of a key.
So you're keeping your eyes out for a piece of a key on your way through. Are you just flapping your wings out, or are you just as you're falling, or are you running down the whirlpool? What is happening? You're a monk. I have no idea.
I'll bamf my wings out. That's
Okay,
fine.
so you bamf your wings out and begin flying around. Make me a perception check. I don't think you have time for investigation.
When the wings run out, he'll just start running. It's fine.
That's 14.
14? You don't see anything that looks like a key, or a piece of a key, or anything of that nature. The only thing that seems, and this is as you're flying down, the only thing that looks remotely like anything is just the structure above you. As you guys go down, and you see tentacles en masse going over the top of the Lifestream Cradle and beginning to crash down upon it.
And
I mean, I'm going to take a couple rounds or however long we have here to keep looking.
well,
I'm just looking for something that's floating around in there that might look like
In the
it's
water?
not normal. Yeah.
You can make another perception check, but so far you haven't seen anything in the water.
Can I keep my eyes peeled as I fall down?
Sure, make a perception check.
Perhaps he will do as well.
Oh, that wasn't 25.
11.
25? You don't see anything.
Because we got a piece from the last two, right? There should be one from here.
I'll just say into the ring. It's not worth dying for. I don't see anything.
All right.
Mr.
So,
Tentacles can look.
A lot of
What's his
people
perception?
lots of people splash into the whatever his perception is. A lot of people start splashing into the whirlpool or just get immediately swept away down to nothing, much like Mitnir. Those of you that are staying behind, you see that this thing is like getting completely collapsed. You watch as it begins to break the structure that holds up the Lifespring cradle, and that begins to fall.
Mitnick sees everyone else splashing and thinks it looks fun and goes, splash!
Yeah, Mr. Tentacles didn't see squat, so.
Yeah, I think like I fall through and Mirama comes with me.
With your 25 perception, you see a pack of 4 Hollyphants also fly directly down into the whirlpool.
Oh, babies! I'm so glad they made it out. Good.
Meanwhile, that Phoenix is still regenerating, so just...
Everything's fucked
just in the
except these
volcano as an egg.
Holophants. Poor Cecil and his brood, they're all fucked.
I mean, it's invulnerable anyway. I think it'll be fine, but
I don't know what that...
so just a fiery egg just getting...
the Phoenix, not Cecil.
Yeah.
Phoenix is fine.
All right, so
All right.
we go
Does
through.
anybody... I need to know if people are giving up and going down, or if you're still dawdling.
Don, just go ahead.
I did one last perception and it was shit, so I'll just
Yep.
exit.
I guess
All
Mitnir's
right.
on the other side, like catching people as they start coming out.
Mitnir?
Yeah, Mitnir's like, as people start coming out, just like catching them so they don't just sail off into the water.
You are not, actually. I will get to you in a minute.
Oh, fuck.
Never mind.
Come through and there's just like a pile of bodies.
Just blended.
I mean, is this... We're a smoothie now, guys.
And so the
Like,
people at the
everyone's
end are
in the
fine
belly
because
of
they
the
don't fall
beast.
as far.
It's like, I got him.
We should have checked for a pulse.
It was playing possum.
You always got to double tap.
You all just come out as sausage. All right. So, if everybody, can I get a yes that everybody is going
I'm
through the
through.
whirlpool?
Yes.
Go in.
Everybody goes through the whirlpool. As you do, as the last one of you closes through, those that would still be watching those creatures that watch as the structure of their entire world begins to collapse. You can hear the sounds, those that are still remaining, those that are collapsing or being crushed to death by the massing tentacles of cries throughout the entire area. And then a swell, and it stops. As you all open your eyes, Mitnir, you land first, but just moments later, you hear the sound of only 4 more splashes as you land into a bowl of water. You look, Mitnir, and you see the rest of New Death. Their monsters now small again, hovering around those that survived. And you seem to be on a bowl made of ice. Water is pouring over the edges, and a single trickle comes down and lands in the center. Surrounding in all directions is pure darkness.
Hey, Edgar, how are you?
As you say this, there's this moment of nothing, and then there's this flash of light, and you see a face as big as a planet, it feels like, just looking straight into the bowl directly in front of you, just comes out of the darkness and says, "You are champions. You have completed our trials. And not but a moment too soon."
Apparently. Now what?
The face looks down at you, and it's just like so completely passive. It's almost an effeminate face, but then at moments it begins to shift into more masculine, and then back into more feminine, and then somewhere in between you can still see like whipping tentacles like around its head as it flares and it begins to move. But you can see that the entire thing is sort of like blue shade and ethereal. It looks like it's made out of water, and it begins to whoosh around you. You are smaller and weaker than we thought you would be.
Well, that's rude.
Used teamwork to adapt. A fair choice. A weak choice. No, it is not. It is wise. Silence. They are weaklings and they do not deserve. Both of you behave. We are many, and we are one. We are eager. We are Vetivar. We are many, and we are one. You have proven yourselves capable. And the
You'd hope
tentacle
so.
face pulls in. It says, you have brought life. Built life. You have earned your place here.
And
But
where-
something has gotten in, and we have no time. And you can see the face begins to crack.
we need to get out of here. You need to get out of here.
It is too late.
But you are...
Dacia will fall.
What is that? Your plane?
It is I. It is we. One face says
It is
it is
that
I.
face.
You can't come with us like Zephyros did.
I must trap it here. And before it takes me. And
And
you watch as a bead of light appears above you and an orb begins descending.
can
And
you
you see the life spring cradle begins, the actual orb begins moving down.
can you do that? Trap it here. Indefinitely.
It will take me, but with the rest of us, we shall trap it. This is a understandable sacrifice that must be made.
The only
Life
option.
will persist without me,
Do you?
but life will go to the Defiler.
I don't. I don't
Face
understand.
cracks more, and you can see that same familiar sort of rainbow-like shattered glass.
There's nothing we can do to get you out of here, to save you.
If you were not so weak, you weak fools! Comes in the face of Ager, this masculine face. Were you stronger, we would not suffer this. Silence! They did
There
their
was-
best.
We were strong enough for your trials. If that's not strong enough, then what's the point of the trials?
Kind of just scoffs.
Do you know what it is?
An invader from another world. Beyond the all worlds.
From the far
Beyond
realm.
Ao. Yes.
I know.
We do not have time. I cannot hold it for long.
There was a key here. Something we need to get to the far realm to defeat it. A piece.
I am ahead of you, child. And you watch as the orb comes down and begins spinning in front of you. The last piece of the key.
I shove it.
Required sacrifice.
Can I shove it into my bag of holding?
You try to touch it and hand goes straight through.
What kind?
Okay,
What?
somebody's got the sacrifice.
What do you mean?
This key was to be claimed by one who created life with enough force to turn the key.
Oh, okay. The criminal reach out and grab it.
So your hand goes straight through.
Mr. Tentacles, try and grab it.
One of you must sacrifice a part of yourself in being inexorably tied.
to the key, your monster will become its power.
Right. I look at
You have
Mirama.
little time.
Mirama goes,
I know, buddy. You're of a mind with me.
there's 10 heads going.
They're all fighting with each other.
There's one just going, and then one's going.
Wait, so we have to sacrifice like something of ourselves, or do we have to sacrifice our
monster.
It's your
monster?
monster.
Our monster.
Oh, Mr. Tentacles.
I'll do it.
Only one of you needs to do it.
I was like,
Mirama will
do
do it.
you want? Would you want to keep yours?
I'd love
Out of
to.
character.
I would love to, but I know
I
that
feel like Mr. Tentacles could be very useful.
that's
Later
how I feel.
on.
Does it matter who's monster?
No,
No, that's
just
what he said.
one-
That's.
one of you.
Okay.
I was
I
gonna
do
say
it, but I don't have one.
mine. I would say mine is probably the least useful utility-wise out of character. If we want to do that,
If you're willing to do that, that's
I'd be
you
okay
can
with
beat SETI to the punch.
It's guys, let's not meta and just be your characters.
Yeah, Grim would not sacrifice Mr. Tentacles.
SETI's
If
In
we
that
like
could
case,
be
you beat me to it.
characters, perhaps
Yeah, in
we
that
would
case, you beat me to
probably do it.
SETI's like giving all of the 10 scritches on their necks, saying, "I know, but it's what we have to do. It's what we have to do."
One of them's still like,
Oh.
Oh, no, don't do that.
and then one of the heads is just like, and just bites it off and tosses it. Two new ones
was
pop up and
rude.
go, and then, two more of them come up and they go, and the other one goes, and they go.
Oh.
recount.
I think I actually had 12 heads at this point.
If your decision is made, then come, child.
And you watch as a large, massive hand comes out. And as it does, you see that it just goes, little Miramas becomes full size, and it's just enough to wrap around the finger. And it just sort of, he tickles it slightly and goes,
Be blessed. Your blood is the only thing that will activate the key. When the time is right, open the gate beyond and slay the tower. Slay the sleeper. Slay all that would harm us.
and you watch as the hand comes out, you can see parts of water just collapsing in waterfalls.
Thank you for being kind to my children. That alone makes you worthy.
And as he touches it, there's a flash of light, and the orb has a small bit of metal now wrapped around it with like a little bit of an ornate design begins spinning, and you can see the sort of shape of Myrmus for a second, and then it becomes a small embryo inside.
All right.
Hold it and keep it well.
I'll put it in my bag.
And then as they turn, says,
Good luck, siblings. I will hold him the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Do what needs to be done.
and then suddenly it feels like something's missing from the face. It's not shattering anymore, and you can see only a feminine and masculine, nowhere in between. It shifts almost too dramatically.
We are not done here. The essence will be overrun if we wait too long. There are those that will stay behind, and they will keep things running. Glass has made himself a part of my cauldron.
Yes.
He will keep it safe, but I cannot remain here if all three of us are grabbed. We'll become too strong.
Right.
We join with Zephyros. None of you appear worthy, but you should find someone who's strong to become our avatars.
Just waiting for Mitnir to be like, Strong?
Midnir's not sure how, like, because he keeps calling us weak, and he's just kind of like tapping
Watches
his
the
sword on the
face.
ground.
On each eye, there begins to be like this bead of light in each eye, and says, and one of them begins to come and move, and it's just like this sort of pure water with a single like white, like bit of. It's sort of strange. It's like coral, but it's like netting through, creating almost a sea foam effect, kind of like whenever you like make things out of resin, like the resin water things, but it's like an orb that's kind of moving like that. Purity, the aspect of I, Vedava, Coral Queen. Protect my denizens and find one who is capable of adapting to all situations. As a group, you are naive and yet effective. You traipse through, and though none of you truly meet the requirements to be my avatar, I trust you with who I am to find one who is worthy. Find one who cares for others as much as you do, but has a wit to match. And then that orb, and then there's just the angry, masculine face left with a single bead of light in his eye. Choose someone strong. One who makes judgments. My cauldron may have tested you and seemed cruel, but its purpose was to prove to you that strength does not come from an individual, but from a group of people working together. That is why they were able to survive in my lands. The only way through was together. But you need someone who is capable of making decisions that are both harsh and fair. A true judge. This is my last will.
He just nods.
I am Agar, god of water in some places. But I am the stalwart judge. Pick someone stalwart. I will not judge who you pick. But if they're not found worthy, know that I will freeze them from the inside.
Oh.
Good luck.
So who do we not like that we want to freeze from
And
it?
as this last face fades, you see this bead and this new fracture comes down to you, and it is just swirling, churning ice just cracking over itself.
But we have
And
two
as-
then?
You have two fractures.
Oh, okay.
As the faces fade, all around darkness, you see tentacles begin to churn in the darkness. And then you see, like, as it begins to collapse around you, you hear the voice once again. Thank you. I believe in you. Survive and carry life forward. For me. For us. For we. And the darkness swells around you and you lose all vision for a moment. And then suddenly you find yourselves all swirling through this sort of vortex. Orin, and I think all of you at this point, anyone who sees things during the transit in Selindor.
Yeah, I think that's all of us now.
As you turn and look around, you see ice and coral crashing from both sides and enveloping a tentacle writhing sphere that was once the cauldron. And as they do, you watch as they seal it on all sides. And at least a few tentacles reach out after you as you leave. And you see they even grab a few of the stragglers that were late in jumping in and pull them back in. But as you all come swirling out into the water, there's this moment of panic because you come swirling out and you see a lot of people drowning.
Is there, can we tell, like, is there light above or somewhere, like what way is up and how far away it is?
This is not a section of sea you have been to before. This is the Sea of Monsters. Looking around in all directions, you see people drowning, and you see a large thing swimming from a ways away that looks like a megalodon, but like on steroids.
I'm going to immediately rapid fire my 2 remaining sending slots or 3rd level slots. So first off, I'm going to go to Lady Hyacinth and say, don't know location. People drowning. Need assistance immediately. Cauldrons open. Bad things happened there. I don't know. And then
There's a moment where it stops, and then you hear. And as it does, you watch as all the water begins to turn into another whirlpool as a little portal appears right in the middle of the water next to you guys, and you can try to resist it, but it's pulling in.
I mean, that happened to me. I think that's a good whirlpool thing, portal thing.
A couple of people are holding on to rocks, and then
I'll resist and try and like go grab people and throw them at it.
Okay, cool. Make me a strength saving throw.
Jeez. A 23.
23. You're able to resist, but barely. You're still kind of moving towards it.
Yeah, I'm just like just getting like grab people's feet who's holding on to rocks. I'm just
They're
like,
grabbing on. Ino's doing the same thing. He's like, "Come on, it's good."
I think I'm
Whirlpools
still
take us away from
flying,
danger.
right?
I mean,
I'm probably still flying.
can you fly?
Well, you're underwater, so you're.
Oh, we're like deeper under.
Yeah, deep.
You guys are underwater. You guys are in the.
We're in one of the seas.
Underwhelm.
Oh,
You're
okay.
in the underwhelm, the sea of monsters.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
am
So,
going
unless
to
you're
do.
making a strength saving throw to try to stop yourself from being pulled by swimming against it.
Yeah, there's nothing I can really do to help anyway. So yeah, I'll just go with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it.
So as you are all pulled into this, you look behind you and you can see ice immediately shoots out from the wall where the cauldron statue is. You can see ice and coral just rip out in this huge expanse. And there are some people that actually get impaled on it because they're too close and still holding onto the rocks, and it just rips out. And you watch as this large shark is heading towards you guys and trying to get you, and it just turns around and swims immediately away.
Nope. It noped out of there.
Not worth it.
As you watch as this entire wall just begins encased in ice and coral. And as you're all pulled into this section.
Oh no! It happened again! Fuck! Discord! Fuck it! I'm so mad. I'm back!
We're back.
I fucking
Welcome
hate
back.
I hate Discord. I hate it. Okay, hang on. What do I need to share? I need to share iTunes.
Music.
And I need to turn on my camera. Jesus Christ. It's always at these really intense moments where shit's happening. Okay.
As you guys get pulled through, Mitnir, you grab the last few, and then you actually see this thing flashes in front of you, oh shit, and get pulled back into the whirlpool as well. There's this moment where you feel yourselves being ripped in, and then suddenly, just on a hard metal surface, cold for a second, and then you look up and you find yourselves on one of the platforms, moving through and settling down on the base section of the Nexus. Lady Hyacinth is sitting on her chair, and you guys look and you see that the grass is completely soaked on her platform. And then she goes, "Well, you're back. And you brought a whole bunch of little drowning friends. Ooh, let's help." She sort of wiggles her fingers over them, and you watch some of them water just comes pulling out of their mouths. And you see Old Man Shu says, Oh, well, this is different.
Thanks for the rescue. Again.
I'm gonna pat Old Man Shu and be like, "Where's my fruit?"
Oh, I did. I was able to save quite a bit, but I'm not going to be handing that out right now.
We got the girl some more too, probably.
I'm sure
some.
that can be arranged. Oh my god. Said he's just gonna lie back and just
Don't worry.
breathe.
We're about to settle down. And once we set down, we'll have clerics capable of helping you all. I hope you don't mind, Fae, because you're about to be bombarded with a whole bunch of very invasive Fae folk.
Great, I
And
can't
as-
wait.
couple people like moaning and groaning, and as it sets down, and I was like, I don't care. Hello, friend. Are you a fee? And then as they all like group together, you guys for the next like 30 minutes, they're just receiving medical treatment. So if there's anybody you'd like to talk to, anything you'd like to do during this time, but this is disaster response at the moment.
Yeah,
I think that went pretty well.
Who do we know that's smart and powerful and a good judge? Do we know anybody?
They didn't say good judge. You just said judgy.
said capable
It
of
said
making
fair
and
and
balanced.
harsh. Yeah.
Decisions, whether they're
Harsh.
hard or not, right?
Basically, what he was asking for was a person who wouldn't give mercy for the sake of mercy, but knew when to give it when it was appropriate, and knew when to give harsh judgment when it was appropriate.
I feel like Flapsy and I are both too merciful to qualify.
That was kind of what he was getting at.
I think that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And
There's nothing wrong.
I was going
Sorry.
to nominate Valhadran, but maybe he's too merciful too. I don't
Do
know.
you trust his judgment?
I do. I think he.
He's more of a follower than a leader.
Lady Hyacinth sort of walks
We
over
don't
to you
know
and
that.
says, "So,
Sure,
you
we do.
survived. 3 cauldrons down.
Please tell me there aren't any more. I don't.
Are there more?
Well, as far as cauldrons in the underworld, no, I think you've done it. Which is actually pretty impressive, if I do say so myself. Quite proud of you, baby sis."
Said
And
he's
it
just
seems
like
like you-
sobbing, just like
And she goes,
quietly.
"Oh, well, I'm less proud of you now. Emotional wreck. Ooh.
Mitnia just like picks you up and gives you like kind of like a half hug, like we did it.
We did it.
Well,
Not everybody died, so that's good.
so you know,
Everybody-
there will be an emergency meeting convening in the morning. You have time to organize yourselves and your thoughts. The rest of these people will be well taken care of and return to any place that they wish to go.
Thank you.
In the meantime, you know where to go to return to my manor. You can find rest there or anyone else you would like, but you are being summoned to the actual council chambers in the morning, first rise of the sun.
Okay. We'll be
Good.
there.
Well, best of luck to you. Is there anywhere you would wish to be ported? Or would you like to make your way and discuss, decompress? The Feywild looks quite pleasing this fine day.
Okay. I'm going to talk to the Seasworn before I go anywhere.
Well, holler if you need me.
I appreciate the rescue.
She begins to like walk over and she says, and she's like, "Oh, yes, well, I knew where you were specifically because I was told. So I guess I can take all the credit.
You were
The little
told?
blue boy was keeping very close tabs on you and had a whole army raised to help.
Oh, well, I was going to message him next if you didn't answer, so. But he
Don't
was-
worry, they are currently, shall I say, investigating your little... I can't figure the word, guys. Chaotic new structure within the underworld.
Yeah.
They came inside a Aquam ship. I believe they went with a giant whale shark.
Oh, is that the one that got turned away?
Mm-hmm. They were
Yeah.
nearly there when
They did.
when I told them to back off, but can't take all the credit, I suppose. But I will take 99.999% of it.
Could you possibly... I can only send a message of short words, but could you possibly tell them that the cauldron's been overtaken if they don't know already?
They've been told to stand down. They're on standby, and after the council decision, they will investigate further.
I don't want anybody getting involved in this thing anymore. The cauldron's lost.
Child,
I know.
the beings on that ship are much more powerful than you.
I know.
I don't agree with that
worried.
because then they would have cleared the cauldrons.
Would you like to arm wrestle Mitnir?
Yeah.
Her eyes flash for a second and turn completely black. She's like, please.
Hi, Christine. It's good to see you.
Just like goes, he tries to do that to his eyes, like tries to mimic it.
Just squinting.
She looks you up and down and she's like, I'll wait till you're less tired. And she walks away. So, you are within the Nexus. People are being aided by Fey folk and other denizens of the Nexus. You see a couple of people from the Resignation of Astrandi there. When I say people, it is a loose term.
I'm just gonna
You're
go.
loose.
That he's gonna go over.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
I'm gonna let Shu know that if he wants to grow his fruits, should probably check with like Brogy and my other school people because they have their whole.
but it would require some amount of work. As it stands currently, I no longer have the source that I was using to create the fruits. Each seed was plucked on a day in which no one was able to awaken a monster within the Lifespring Cradle. Instead, I took that seed. I was able to extract the excess energy and life force to create, well, the seed to plant within my garden. In the meantime, I have no source. So unless I'm able to harvest what is currently a dead seed from one of the currently existing fruits, I will not be able to create any. But I'm more than happy to uptake the challenge. If you have any individuals who have quite a bit of knowledge in botany, or individuals that have quite a bit of knowledge in, very specifically, life force, then I would be more than happy to have you send them my way.
I'm sure there's somebody at the universities.
Great, did I say send them my way? And he begins looking around. He's like, but I have no fucking clue where I am. Well, me.
It's Selindor.
We don't have a home anymore.
And Wormy goes,
Do you know any of the people here? Do you know Primus or I don't know who else is there? Idrisma.
I'm sure Phoenix University would let you, temporarily.
They let
stay.
everybody in.
University. Oh, there's a university here.
There's a
Lots
bunch.
of universities.
I remember the early days of Selindor. When I first arrived, there was no school. Well, there was the tower. Ooh, has the tower been converted into a school?
Probably there is.
Was it a bunch of clockwork pieces in that tower?
Yes.
that one.
That's the school. There's like a bunch of different schools, and I think Grimm's school probably is where you want to go for growing things. There,
We do have lots of things to grow there.
I was there during its early days of construction. I heard them say that they were going to make some sort of facade for it, but I guess a school is as good as any.
But wait, facade?
Oh, yes, I believe its actual purpose was the turning of the key.
I'm sorry. Are we implying that Mitnir knows the word facade?
I think that's what he was asking.
No, I have no idea what facade means. I'm asking what's facade like. He interpreted it that way.
That was in the far early days. I don't remember exactly the name of the individual doing it. Doddering old man.
No, that's definitely
Primus
Primus.
probably
About yay tall and like puts his hand down real low.
talks like this, and then Seti does a perfect impression that I'm not capable of.
Hard to say. My memory is not what it used to be. But if that's the case, I will go see if there are any old friends that are still alive. It's been quite some time. I imagine they're mostly dead.
Hyacinth, do you know this old guy?
She walked
Yeah,
off,
she
didn't
doesn't
she?
know anymore.
She walked off.
She left.
Oh, okay.
You can
never
go
mind.
chase her down if you want, but she's already back on her thing, going up
No.
into the. Like,
That-
she
I will
already
not follow her.
detached herself in the Nexus, and her disc is already like going back up to the council chambers.
So
You know who else also grows a lot of things? It might be useful. Is what's his name? A dragon.
the guy
Dragon
down
guy.
in the Crystal City?
No, the other guy, the one that we stole your sister's flower from?
The one in
Lady
Lady
Hyacinth's
Lady
Hyacinth's
Hyacinth's
garden.
yeah, guardian dragon.
That
The
guy, he's
fairy
like
dragon.
super old.
It's in her garden, protecting her hyacinths.
Well, as much as you're all talking about me like I'm not here, about where to send me and all that, I think I'm going to go with the school. Scholastic endeavors
I agree.
seem more in line with what I can find. Unless, again, botanists, please send them my way. I will let you know as soon as I have contact. Is there a way to contact you?
Oh, we have these
the
seals. You should get the seal.
Oh yeah, the Selindor seals and
Oh, these have come quite a long way. Can I see yours? Yes.
I'll let you
interesting.
guys
It makes use of the actual wood of Selindor. Ah, I see. Very clever design. Who devised these? Interesting. This actually looks rather like my early designs. Well, anyways, I'll get one of these forthwith, and I will contact you as soon as I have one.
all right. Good luck out there.
Oh, I don't need luck.
You've got
There's no
skill.
way that this place is any more dangerous than the place I came from.
Yeah, I agree. Actually,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a good point.
yeah.
And
There
I've
is an
got
interdimensional being
Right, Wormy.
right sort of the tree, though it might not be super safe.
I'm gonna go around and like check in on all the Seasworn and make sure they're like okay, and give them all hugs if they want.
Yeah, so it appears that everybody is fine, shaken.
Yeah.
Dilly is catatonic.
Oh,
Like
Dilly.
she's not talking. She you can see her eyes are sunken. And she's just like sitting there, just like staring. And then you see Chaz is just holding her up, and kind of has her half in his arms. Like he's way smaller than her.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like propping her up with his body. And he said, "It's okay. We're out now." That's it.
Yeah, there's nothing I can
Couldn't
particularly
think of a
do.
good
But
speech because I'm not very smart, but I'm very good to look at.
Chaz, please take care. Would you like me to send a message to your leader? The
Crimson Dawn, isn't that? Wasn't that?
no, no, that was I forget Aeon or something. What was his name?
Tentacle
But
fish
yeah,
guy?
oh yeah, we can contact him ourselves. We've got a direct line.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you so much for getting us out of there.
Hugh.
Sorry, you guys got pulled in to start with.
Yeah.
No, we made a decision to advance on our own, and so much for the Sea Swan. We're
You did fantastic.
it's the first time in my entire life I've ever felt like I've lived up to the name humility. You've truly humbled me.
You've all come through so much more than anyone should ever have to. And
Don't worry, I'll toughen them all up, and next time we won't be so useless. Right, I know. I know it's pretty strong already, but I'll do it.
you weren't useless. I want you to know that. You're wonderful. And everything's going.
Thank you. And then
I
he
think
walks
it's
out.
pretty clear, though, who the real chosen are now. I think we've settled that.
Grim.
No, he's right.
No.
I'll tell everybody how great you guys are and how you were chosen and how I am just I know. But I have a new arm.
It's a wonderful
right.
arm. I give the muscles like a little squeeze.
Yeah.
Please
It
take.
is ticklish because the nerves are new.
Oh. Well, please take care. And if you ever need anything at all, anything, even just like a delivery of baked goods from up top.
I will take a delivery of baked goods.
All right, I'll make sure some
Me too.
I'll make sure some get sent to you. Actually,
Okay.
I think I'm going to reach into my bag and I'm going to try to produce just like some I have to click on the bag every single time to remember what the DCs are. I'm going to attempt to produce some wealthy, thank you, baked goods. That is a
Ooh.
We
charisma
got
check.
this. We'll make everyone feel better with food. That's
Um,
how you do it.
Okay, thank God you gave me guidance. With guidance, I get it automatically because I rolled a 14. Guidance is going to be at least 1. So it is a wealthy assortment of baked goods.
Oh, these are what baked goods are. Nice. And he picks one up and he puts it in his shark mouth and just most of it falls out. He's like, nom nom.
It's like strawberry, so it looks like he's like dribbling blood out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Just like a jam donut.
He turns around. He's like, "This is really good. You fake people should try this." They're like sort of like fly away from him.
Like, no, it really is tasty. All right.
He's like,
Perhaps-
"Okay."
Perhaps he's gonna take some and start handing it out to everyone who's still like
Injured
sat on the
and
floor
sitting.
and
Yeah.
injured and whatnot. And just,
you just hand it to some guy, and he's like got a broken arm.
She's just talking. She said, "Eat, eat. This helps. Everyone is in shock right now, and you need the energy, and you need this will help. I promise."
There's a guy with like a shattered arm, and he's just holding a cinnamon roll, and he's just like,
I know.
So, with that, you all begin to find yourselves, begin to collect yourselves and get ready to move on to wherever it is that you wish to go. Perhaps Hyacinth's manor within the. Oh God, what is it called now?
Twilight.
What is the?
Twilight Reserve?
No, it's not.
The
No, it's not Twilight Town anymore. No, it's the other thing.
The Nexus?
Nocturnal Alley.
Solaris.
So,
Oh, okay.
Into
I had it,
Solaris
but it took me
District.
too long.
Lunaris,
Guys.
Or
yeah.
Lunaris District. And as you begin to move in that direction, the lights of the Nexus like hitting your back on your way through, you feel a shiver run down your spine.
Oh no.
And then you hear something moving up above as it begins to. And then you hear, churn!
Oh fuck, no, not the churn. Wait, we anchored somewhere. Where did we anchor? Twilight Town?
No, Summer Grove.
Summer Grove?
Grove.
We anchored in the Summer Grove.
There's a moment when all the mist begins to build up in force and en masse and begins to almost pull you guys towards it for a second. And there's just kind of you sort of hit against it and you grab onto the wood and you sort of shake for a moment. And the whole thing begins to swell and whip and begins to bulge. And as it does, instead of the mist dispersing like it's done before,
Fuck.
it heads up. You guys watch as the entire thing and all the mist exudes itself from the top. And everything begins to open up and swim and churn. And as it does, you see clouds begin to form in the sky above you, opening up as if the branches in the cloud top just opens to create like a sort of tunnel and a force. What would you like to do?
What the fuck is happening?
Only one way to find out. Jumps for it.
What?
Jumps for
What are you jumping for?
Minnie, are you jumping into the Nexus?
Where are you going?
I don't know. But I thought you said that. So all this stuff's just going
The
up.
mist, the mist that usually there's basically. I don't know if you guys remember the layout of the Nexus. Basically, there is a
We're a
sort
big
of
tube,
cracking spire that goes through this tube that's on the inside of the tree. And this spire sort of exudes mist of different colors that seem to fall and make their way sort of to the inside branches. There's basically multiple trunks that twist around each other, and inside of those, running up each one, is one of the different planes, but like a sliver of the plane that sort of moves through. And as the churn begins to happen, each of these pieces begins to swim around and swing around, and then it just sort of breathes and it shuffles everything in Selindor. But this time it's different. Instead of it breathing out and all of the mist exuding out away from it, it instead seems to be shooting upwards. So you can jump, but you're still probably going to fall straight down to the crystal under.
No, sorry. I thought you meant there was a funnel type thing.
There's
I
a funnel of mist going up
Yeah,
towards the
but
top.
not.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So as the funnel, it begins to nobody else wants to do anything. You're just watching. I just wanted to give you a chance in case you want to do anything.
I don't know what to do. I literally have no idea. So I guess I'm just watching.
All right, so you guys watch as this sort of cracks and flies up into the air, and then you guys hear outside, and you can't really see anything else because the tree closes up.
Was that the sound of the sky falling again?
There's a moment, and then you hear shouting, and then you hear. And for the first time since you've arrived in Selindor, you hear rain.
Oh.
And that's where we're going to take our break. Thanks so much for hanging out, guys, and we'll be back in just a little bit.
Back in 5. And we're back.
And we are back.
Jinx.
So as you guys, for the first time since you arrived in Selindor, hear rain outside of the Nexus hitting against the wood, what would you like to do?
Is that because Agar's gone or different or not?
Wouldn't it be because
in
he's
someone?
here?
I mean, we haven't been here that long. Is this
Just to help
rare?
you out, it would actually be Estacia or Estacia. Was technically the-
Estacia.
Here, I will write it down for you guys because I keep forgetting the name. I will tell you what it is, and then you guys can write it down, and you won't know what it was supposed to be. Wait, was this the right place?
You can just, I mean, we can do that later too.
Okay, Istashia.
Well, okay. Istashia.
Yep.
Okay, Estacia. Gotcha.
So I was right. The sky is falling again.
Well, all right. Okay. This isn't so bad though. Rain is good. It's good for plants and people need water. Things need water, right? It's not going to flood, is it? Oh God, if it starts flooding, we got to find somebody fast to take the fracture. Who can be harsh but fair? Oren, do you feel up to it?
No, that's not going to me.
Okay. Then I think anybody in our group is out.
Yeah, I think what you just asked was, hey, do you want to put a primordial inside of a Northok clone?
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
perfect.
who can take it without being rejected? I mean, I don't know.
I got
put
it.
it anywhere near
I can
me.
do it. I can do it.
I'm afraid
If we
you might
can't find
be,
anybody else,
I'm afraid you might be too harsh.
I don't
He's
kill
not
everyone.
harsh.
You could always ask some of the council members. Maybe one of them will take it.
They don't get this.
Kind of want to still nominate Valhadrin if he's up for it. But that might be my soft spot speaking.
Yeah, but if he ain't worthy, he'll be dead. So
Look. Even if I'm
You
not
gotta be
worthy,
sure.
You think he can turn me into a popsicle?
sure, why not?
This whole thing is stupid. He should have just picked somebody that he thought was worthy and made it easy.
That's right.
Because when is anything ever easy for us?
I wish it would be for
should just
once.
you could just
Lots
put
of
them
stuff
inside
is
Ernie.
easy for us. Come on.
I think Ernie has room. Ernie has plenty of room.
Ernie is way too harsh, man. He would kill
Ernie,
everything.
Ernie is a good
No,
judge.
no.
Ernie doesn't make decisions.
I
He
love
just wants
Ernie,
to murder
but
everything.
Yeah, no,
I don't know
absolutely
that.
not.
You don't
We
know
don't
his
want
life.
Ernie
You know-
to be frozen from the inside. That would be
Popsicle pork sounds
awful.
pretty good.
Giant.
Ernie's
Can we-
sitting there just
where,
going,
where are we going? What are we doing? How are
Ernie
we?
is not getting a primordial fracture.
do
We
it
have-
all
way.
right. Need more power, Papa.
We have
Don't
like
worry,
a whole
Ernie, we
day
will
to
find you
spend.
more.
What
We will
are
find
we
you
going to argue about Ernie all day, or what? What do we want to?
Well, I think we could. One of us could do that one. Maybe. The other one
Yeah, but
though
the-
is a bigger question. Like,
There's two of them, right?
yeah, who do we give the other one to?
The Mirima one.
Yeah.
No, that's not a fracture. That was a key.
That's the key.
That's the
That's not
third
the
part
key.
of the key.
What's the
The-
other fracture?
There's a fracture per
Vedova.
Oh, I missed that.
one face.
There was three things, right? There was
Other
three people.
I thought
or
there were
three
only
gods.
two.
We need to find somebody with two faces.
There were
and
three
put them
people.
in there.
There were Estacia.
And
There were three
Vedova.
cauldrons, and there were three people. There were Stasia, Vedova, and Aegir.
And
Okay.
Aegir stayed behind.
No, Aegir was the ice one.
Oh.
Okay, so
Aegir is
what were the conditions for Vedova? Were there conditions?
Vedova? Yeah, Vedova said to find somebody who had your proclivity for protection, but more wit. Someone who was adaptable to all situations. And she said that she didn't think any of you fit the bill for what she was looking for.
That's the one I thought maybe should be Valhadran then. Because I didn't realize there were two. I thought it was only one, but that's the one I think should be Valhadran.
I mean, maybe. Like, he sometimes has wit. Sometimes.
Okay. Don't forget, we have like 3 children back at Lady Hyacinth's place. We could just stick fractures in them,
No.
Some sort of weird child experiments.
We got Colby, we got Chrissy.
We're not experimenting with children.
I think Gabe could definitely take a fracture. That he's a scrappy kid.
He's also a lava child.
Look, here's the thing. Right now, none of us are capable of taking another fracture, right? Right? We're all full up?
No, I am.
You are.
I can take one, but I'm not taking a primordial.
All right.
As much as I like you, and I think that's
because of my origins.
I understand. And this, I do believe consent is very important in all of this.
Even I feel like that would give Northod a direct link to a primordial if it was in me.
All right. And the rest of us are
and they aren't mushrooms, so Grim does not.
Grim doesn't want them.
Currently. I don't want the other one, the soft one, but the other one I could take, potentially. The worst thing is that I turn into a popsicle, you know.
We don't want you to be a popsicle, though.
You'd fix it. It's fine.
Maybe we should arrange for to practice making judgments, and then we can ascertain for ourselves if they were fair or not.
I can do that.
Go to judgy school.
I absolutely love this. I'm trying to keep my mouth shut, but I am in love with this idea of
wait. Can I have an example? Can we try one? Maybe I'm already good at it.
All right, Mitnir, let's say that someone comes to you and says they have found the baby and taken care of it, and it is their baby now. And then someone else comes to you and says, my baby ran away. That is my baby. Please give it back to me. And neither of them wants to give up the baby. What do you do?
Clone the baby. I don't see.
I'm daddy now.
You're taking the baby for yourself. Nobody else gets the baby.
Until the baby can choose. That's fine. I got this.
Is that fair? I don't actually know.
It's harsh, but fair.
I feel like it is harsh. But
there's a guy sitting by who's just been listening this whole time. He's like, honestly, I thought he was going to say he was going to cut the baby in half. I'm impressed he made a different choice.
All right, let's put this on the back burner for now. It has been a really bad day, and I would
elbows that guy like, I'm not that bad. You can't cut a person in half.
That guy dies when you elbow him.
Your elbows are too mighty.
They're too sharp.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't really know you. All I remember is you were the first one to jump, and that thing was not dead when you did it. So.
I think it'd be funny if he elbowed the guy with the shattered arm right in the shattered arm.
Yeah. Oh no, he's got like cinnamon roll in his.
Why is your arm so squishy?
So, what would you all like to do?
I would like to relax. I want a nice bath.
Cross.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I got work to do.
Oh,
I'm gonna go do some work.
Where are you going so we know where to find you?
High Realm Academy.
Oh, okay, that's a safe place. You should be fine.
After all of that, you're just gonna leave us?
Look, if work is his coping mechanism, he's allowed to do it.
I got things to do, and we got a big meeting in the morning.
If you want to sink yourself into work to distract, it's fine. But just know we're here for you, okay?
No.
Plus, I got a competition that might be today. I don't know. It's been how long?
You probably missed it.
Oh, I gotta go find out. So.
What?
Well, when's the next time we can go fight those guys in the arena? That was fun.
I had signed up for an inventors competition with Caldwell.
Oh. Right.
Do you need to borrow any of the things you've made?
That's not today. That can't be today.
I don't know how long we've been gone. We just went through 3 cauldrons in a row.
It's only been like 8 days.
I don't know. They all had different time frames.
This one is the same.
We're actually.
Excuse me. I just overheard you. My name is Convenia NPC, and
I just noticed that you guys were talking about the competition, the pentathlon.
Yeah, when is that? Do you know?
That's 2 weeks time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got time, Oren. Come with us, relax, hang out. Just
One night.
Maybe you give me a
decompress.
gold for being so informative.
Here's a gold.
I don't have gold.
Suckers.
Still can't touch gold.
Lauren, I want one night.
Your mom would like to spend time with you.
I
The
mean,
biggest puppy eyes.
I really got to get this stuff done.
We'll help you with it after, okay? But
His mom's
I'll
a
help
bird
you.
and his dad is
Time
an
in half.
I would
interdimensional
like to
goat.
spend time with each other when we're
A
not
weird
all
guy.
gonna die.
You're making this very difficult because
Come
I
on,
get very little time to work on stuff.
You know I'd
We're
help.
not
I've made
fighting
great
the world.
strides on my alchemical stuff, right? I know how to do those things now. It'll be fine.
I'm sorry, but the thing I'm working on, you guys can't help with.
That's just rude.
How dare you, Raps? You can
The real question is Charybdis worth 3 levels?
It's fine, Brapsy.
So that
We
I
don't
can eat
need
another
Oren. We're
fracture.
going to have a nice time together and go do stuff that is way more fun than working on contraptions.
You can always come to the academy. I think
I'm gonna. Hold up.
At
I'm
least
rolling to see
Brapsy
if
is
Brapsy's
allowed.
Gonna start crying.
Brapsy is allowed in my
Uh.
my room now. The rest of you are. But I can get access for
Can-
you.
Wait, look, we can take. Can I just? Okay. Let's go to the school.
Brapsy's eyes
We'll all go
start
together.
welling up.
We'll get some tea to go on the way.
And glisten.
Can we compromise, perhaps? Spend time together at the school. I just want everyone to be in their happy place today.
Hey, can Seti make me an intelligence check?
Oh, okay, sure. I can try.
Negative
Oh, that's a 5.
Never mind.
Damn it.
What?
Can somebody give me advantage?
Can somebody in chat look
Well,
up and find out
hold on,
maybe
hold-
even for the first time that there are ways to affect the game as a
Can we?
viewer?
Is there a reference to this?
Nobody
Like,
does it.
is this only something Seti would know, or could someone else catch whatever it was?
You know what? You were probably there. Go ahead. You can do it.
I
me an
rolled a
intelligence
19.
check. Really?
Ah,
I did.
Well, you
Look,
remember
I'm
her
really-
talking about how she had been working on this or had paid, I believe it was maybe Egelman's to make a tea flask of some
Oh,
kind
I
for
remembered
her.
that. I thought Hyacinth picked it up and it would just be waiting for me back at her place.
Well, I just used to pick up tea. And so there was...
Uh-huh.
Never mind.
Weren't you gonna get a thing that was like just endless tea?
Yeah, I think Hyacinth picked that up for me.
Why did she go get it? Was she?
If
did
it
she
was
need
done.
endless tea?
Well, because we weren't here and it had to be picked up on day 7 and... I'll send one more message. Hyacinth, where is my tea thing? Did you pick it up?
I'm very busy, but yes, Shadow picked it up.
It's at okay. It's at the house.
Now, did it make any flavor, or was it like a specific flavor?
There's yeah, I mean generic flavors. I think I asked for you can get your Earl Grey, your chai, your green, whatever, chamomile, all that stuff. And then if you want something from chamomile shop, you can pay to get that as well. I don't know the prices offhand, but whatever they are in the shop, you can get. So we could pick that up, or we could whatever's on the way to the academy. We can get that, or we can just go buy chamomiles and buy some tea, and then we can relax at the academy while Oren works, and then we're all together. But Oren still gets to scratch his itch to keep his mind busy,
And we can go to the meal hall.
and we can go to the cafeteria and get some food. Even though there's a billion pastries right here.
He's still eating pastries while he said that.
Maybe he wants some meat.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so how would you guys like to go? You just gonna travel over and
Is
hit
there a
up
portal we can
Hyacinth's?
take to get? Yeah, just
I mean, there
You
are
said
portals.
no portal travel.
not.
Is there a Nexus exit we can take to the?
There is a Nexus exit. You guys actually have to rotate. Like it's going to be like a little. You guys could have been making your way there this whole time.
Yeah,
honestly. It's about a quarter mile to get back to the district that you wanted to head to if you were headed to Hyacinth's place, because there was a churn, and you guys watched as the crystal above the door changed colors.
Are we going to Hyacinth's first?
That's it. If you guys
if we want to pick up
tea.
my tea thing, but we can also.
And you also should be aware, because I'm sure you guys were aware, that there were portals in Hyacinth's Manor to different places throughout Selindor that were run by a racist redcap.
Yeah,
and those didn't do the weird Northot stuff, right?
No, they're teleportation circles.
Circles.
Okay, yeah. So we can go to Hyacinth and then teleport to the school from there.
Cool. So as you guys, I'm just gonna say, make your way there. You notice something different about Selindor as you exit out. It's darker than it would normally have been at this time of the day, which was usually on like a tight schedule always. If it was morning, it was bright out. If it was dark out for any reason, other than that, it would be because there were mists just covering the skies. When you look up, you see rainbow-colored clouds. And every now and again, you hear a crackle of lightning. And you can see light, these lightning bolts of different colors, sort of arcing through the sky. And rain falling from these different colored clouds. And hitting the tops of what appears to be an invisible barrier above Lunaris District. Seems to be like sliding off of it up top. You can just sort of see like rippling patterns all over it. Not getting wet as you pass through. But you can see a lot of people looking up as you pass. And a lot of them seem concerned. But nobody seems like particularly frightened, just concerned.
They act like they've never seen rain before.
I'm not sure they have.
I'm sure we'll hear about it in the meeting in the morning.
Yeah.
But unless there's any detours you want to take, it is easy enough to make it to Lady Hyacinth's Manor, as it is basically right outside of the Nexus. So you step inside.
Go get your tea thing.
Greeted by the darkness, just echoing in the darkness. You hear,
"Welcome by."
Hi, Shadow. I'm here for my tea vial. I have to take it to go.
It is on the second landing by the couch.
Thank you. I'll run up and...
Would you like me to prepare anything else for you this morning?
When we come...
I have eggs and the bacon.
I know Oren wants to get to the school as soon as...
I have been practicing my brioche.
You get a go bag.
I will prepare one for you.
Thank you. And when we come back, I would really like to take one of those baths. And then maybe collapse into a really fluffy bed and not wake up for a week. But
I will tell the bath to expect you.
I forgot about that bath.
Right? I want to get in there so bad, but I know Oren wants to do his thing. So we'll go hang out first and then I will come back and get my bath. When I'm nice and high on tea.
Do your bath.
If there is nothing else, I will...
We're freezing again. We're freezing.
You're freezing.
Well, okay, but y'all are freezing for me. I might be freezing for you.
Yeah.
I missed whatever Oren said. I missed whatever you said.
I just said you could always do the bath stuff now and meet me there later.
I mean, perhaps she wants the group to be together, so I don't want to abandon all of you so that I can relax for a couple hours.
She also wants bath.
Yeah. All right.
Propsy, do you want to take a bath together and then we can go meet Oren later?
I will simply tell the bath you are ready now, and I will get your doggy back, sir.
Perfect.
Okay.
Mitnir's beelining for the bath then.
He's already gone.
He's just running, going bath, 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 bath. Clothes just strewn throughout the hallway. And you can see like little. You see the shadow stretches out a little bit, and then slips the clothes out into the shadows and they disappear.
I'm just imagining Mitnick though is like watching Shadow, like wherever he goes is just like, because he's got dark vision and blind sight, so I feel like he just knows where Shadow is like all the time.
He's like a cat, just like staring off into things.
Yeah,
like,
And you're
it's
like
like a
"What's he
laser
looking
pointer.
at?"
Yeah, it's like,
What is it, boy? You see a ghost?
Yeah.
So, as you guys get into your strange bubble oil bath, where you hear like the sound of squeaking as it cleans your skin. Unless there's anything specific you guys would like to do during this time, I say you have a very nice.
you need a bath too.
We just spent days in water. I'm good for now.
You have salt in places you didn't know existed.
Yeah, the whirlpool was definitely saltwater.
Your hair is all crusty.
It's fine. I wear magic clothes. I'm good.
Yeah. Okay. So Orin refusing to hop in the bath with the rest of you. You all get a nice, very thorough, very creepy clean.
Seti is dispensing tea, just testing out her new thing. Like, how much does it cost to get like the relaxation one, like the calm?
The absolute relaxation one.
Yeah.
That's 3 silver.
Okay.
It's a full pot, so it serves 4 cups.
Okay, I will get that one, and we will have relaxation tea and feel
So
relaxed.
as you, for the first time, take out this very ornate black. It's like a black cast iron tea kettle, and then there's like a little lid on top. And as you pull the lid off, it pops, and that's a cup. And then but it's still there. So you pull it and pop, and there's another cup. Pull and pop, there's another cup. And then as you get to the bottom, you have your 4 cups. There's just this tiny little coin slot. As you slide the little pieces of silver in, you watch as the top lifts up like almost magically, and you see liquid start to fill on the inside, and it begins to stir. And then the heat is coming from underneath it as if sourceless, and it begins brewing as if like somebody was doing it right there in front of you, but there's no one there. And they are brewing you a cup of tea.
This is really cool. Edelman's did a great job.
I was expecting it pops up. And you said, "Ooh, I'll take this one."
Oh, oolong.
No, she has like a little parchment list that's a menu, and at the bottom there's like a little thank you note written by Chamomile. Just thanks for the great idea. I'm probably gonna blah 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 blah.
Mass produce this for sale.
I hope they give me a creative credit.
Yeah.
That's why you got to patent your works, Eddie.
What's a
Is that flask small enough to fit in the jar?
Uh,
As I'm floating around.
The jar of multiplicity.
No. It's a teapot.
I may.
Yeah, I think Seti drinks her tea and lies back in the bath and then maybe just naps.
Yeah, after you say the creative credit part, there's a moment where you see like the parchment that has the note gets a little bit longer, and it says, "A thank you will be reflected in after the quarterly ordering report."
Okay, but can you call it Seti's steaming, sumptuous? I'm trying to think of a word for tea that starts with S. Deep
Sip.
or sip.
The paper flips over, and it just says in big letters, "No."
Rude.
Wow, very rude. It
And then
sucks
begins
being an
pouring
ideas
It
person.
begins pouring your tea for
Nobody
you.
gives you credit.
Wait, did you want to name it? Is that what you wanted? You wanted to name the thing?
I was going to
I mean,
say
it-
if they're going to market it and sell it, then they should at least call it after me, since I came up with the idea, and call it like Seti's Sumptuous Steep.
You could.
Yeah, I think
Maybe that's what that one's called.
he said no, but I could fight him on that.
I mean, don't see why not.
I have
Your
the
tea is
original.
ready and set in front of you.
I drink it and pass out.
Doesn't the bath kind of make you go
Yeah,
night-night
I think
anyway?
the 2 of them combined are just
Yeah. Yeah, because the bath is basically like you were getting the grime slowly massaged off of you
It's a full
And-
spa
and
day
the
without having to get
relaxation.
out of the tub.
Yep.
You come out and
You
your
feel
nails are done.
very immersed and relaxed.
I remember last time there were saving throws involved.
Yeah.
Well, I assume that she's intentionally failing.
I'm
the saving
choosing to
throws
fail
become-
them. Said he's
Yeah.
Yeah.
emotionally exhausted. You have the tea, you have the bath, you're out.
Yep.
That's why Oren's not going in, because he doesn't want to lose all that time.
All right, so you guys take your time and have a wonderful bath. Oren, Shadow brings you a little doggy bag with some eggs and bacon in it, and a little brioche with with a bit of marmalade.
Nice. Take that and head to the portal room.
Where as you walk in, you see an old, crotchety-looking goblinoid with a very long, pointy nose and a red cap on. And he goes, "What's your business here?"
I need to get to the academy, the High Realm Academy.
Oh, the academy. All right, give me 1 minute. I'll get it all set up. And he starts drawing.
What's he drawing this time?
Looks like maybe like a bunny of some kind. Okay, try to get the ears right here.
Pretty sure that's not the right portal glyphs, mister.
Well, if you just hold your damn brat boy horses here for a second, let an artist just work on his wonderful, wonderful craft, then I'll get you where you need to go.
You really need to invest in some parchment and paints, good sir.
You need to really invest in not being a piece of shit.
I hate this guy.
All right, fuck it. Come on, I'll get you where you're going. I'll finish my prop later.
Thank
He
you.
opens the door, and as you guys pass through, he gets you to the portal, and very quickly you find yourself stepping out onto the lawn of Logic's Landing.
As soon as I get there, I'm going to pop out my seal and call Caldwell.
Okay. It pops up instantly, and he says, "Oh, hey, Horn, you seeing this, man? It's fucking raining outside. I haven't seen that since I got here. Holy shit."
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I wonder why that happened.
Yeah, I don't know. It's never happened before. Most of the professors and 90% of the entire student body is actually up on the lawns, up top, just investigating this. This is new for Selindor.
Nice. So that means the workshop is free?
Yeah. Oh shit! I know what's about to happen. I'm about to not get to mess in the rain, am I?
Not today. Well, maybe later, but not right now.
You're lucky you're cute. I'll meet you down there.
All right.
All right. So, are you getting straight to work on the board, or?
I'll probably show him what I got done so far.
Okay.
Some
Cool.
50% completed on building it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
And then he was doing calculations. And
Yes. Okay. So when you arrive down at the labs, you see he's like, "All right, well, it's temporary at the moment, but if you see here, I have finished the glyph work." And he shows you there's like this small plank. It's nothing right now, but he says, "Now you see," and you can see the glyph work throughout this plank of what appears to be maybe a sheet of, you're not sure what kind of metal. It's kind of got like a sort of green gold sort of hue to it. Actually, make me an Arcana check.
a whopping 10.
10. You've seen this metal before. That's all you recognize, is that it does look familiar. Like you've seen it somewhere, but you can't quite place it. And he says, "All right. So, if we take this glyph, activate it with just a simple surge of energy. Now, most people, I imagine, would have some form of arcane spark, but those that don't, all right, we'll say that we'll just put in a small power device, like here, and he puts like just a small gemstone there. One step, and then click in, and then he puts his feet on it, and the sort of glyph lights up. He's like, now I figured out to this part, and then he just foots his feet up and just like starts kicking it around. He puts his hand on the desk and he starts kicking his feet around, and the board's just attached to his feet.
Oh, nice.
Full mobility, but relative. God, I'm not as smart as I should be right now.
To the
Brought to
rider.
a relative location in space rather than the actual coordinates. It's relative to the object itself. Completely rewriting the work of what's used to make the immovable rod, but
So it'll stay attached to the rider, basically.
yeah, you should be able to attach the rider. All I'd have to do is just tap the crystal again. That would deactivate it. Granted, if it was somebody who actually had an arcane spark, they should just be able to send a small surge of power through, and it would deactivate or activate on will.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty intuitive. See, I can do it. Detach, attach, detach, attach, detach, detach, and then he falls on his face. Shit.
All right. Well, I've made pretty good progress on the board itself.
Yeah, let me see.
And I'll take it out.
Yeah, so you've got like crystals on both sides, and you've got like a bit of the circuitry. It's a little slapdash in the way it looks, but you've got most of the pieces there. Most of what you need to do is casing it, but it should more or less be functional, minus the ability to balance on it.
Yeah. So it's in parts right now, but we just got to work on putting it all together.
Nice. So you think we can have these ready in 2 weeks?
I hope so. Just depends if I get called away.
Fair enough. Well, let's get to working, I guess.
Yeah, I got like most of the day to work on this, so I'll get as much done as I can.
All right, so as you set to work with Caldwell and begin working on your board, go ahead and give me an intelligence skill check with proficiency.
So that's a 22.
22. Okay. Yeah, you make progress, and I don't know what percentages I was giving you, but I'm going to say that you make with his aid, I'm going to say that you make about 20% progress on the board.
Okay.
Today, in a hard day's work.
Puts us up to 70.
All right. So, the rest of you, those of you that are awake or not awake, I don't know. Are you guys napping?
I would assume we all were following, like after the bath and everything, him through the portal.
Okay, so you guys finish your nap, and then later in the day, you guys make your way over there. You see all the people sort of clamoring and talking about the rain as you find yourselves on Logic Landing. And I'm sure a quick chirp on your seals over to Oren. He'll tell you that he's working in the halls of your edition.
Is that what it's called?
We're gonna be
that's what it's
the
called.
annoying friends that show up while you're trying to study and then like keep making a ruckus even though they promise they're going to be quiet and respect your work.
Hold up now, I'll figure out what it is.
Until he yells at us to go away.
Selindor Academy.
Yeah.
The halls of nascency.
Technically speaking, couldn't Sethi set up the dome
Mm-hmm.
so that we would be there, but we wouldn't be bothering him, and we could pop out every now and then?
Yeah,
Sure.
You are in the halls of nascency. That is the section of the school it is. It's one of the lowest sections of the school that students are allowed to access. And you're kind of like, you would normally be crammed in there with like a bunch of other students and be working really hard not to let them see what you've been working on. Like it's like this whole thing just trying to hide your space because everybody has to share the space because you're all like lower level students. But right now, you got all the space you could want.
They're all watching the rain.
They're all experimenting outside, trying to see what this rain's about. So, as the rest of the crew, you guys going to the halls of nascency? Or the
Yeah.
Cool.
I think Mitnir's gonna get distracted and start wanting to tell people where the rain came from.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, there's somebody there's like, oh my gosh, it's never rained in Selindor before. Where do you think this came from? Just like in all directions, like people are just like talking about it like incessantly. It is quite like the air is filled with people who are just so curious, and you know the answer, and it is pretty tantalizing.
He doesn't know the real answer though.
What are you telling people?
He's going to start weaving the story of New Death and how our exploits through the cauldrons. No idea it has to do with Aegir, right? But just our exploits in that have brought rain to Selindor.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to make me a performance check.
So, but he starts getting people's attention, right? And it's like, but it starts way back, battle like on a mountain trail before New Death, before Blue Man Group was even a thing.
They're like, somebody in the back's like, is that guy from Blue Man Group?
So basically, he's telling the same story, but super long version of it.
Okay, so you're telling the story. Make your performance check.
4 bits. Hold on. So that's a 3, but
Repsy is not giving guidance for this.
is that's not an ability check. Dang, never mind. I wanted to see if I could use my reroll, my luck reroll to.
Yeah. So as you start telling the story, they're like, "What does this have to do with rain?" And people just start walking away.
I will get there.
He's like, "No, we were because you think you're telling a great story, but it's a whole lot like so we were on this trail. I guess it was more of a pass or a path. Anyways, we went through a bunch of rocks and there were statues, and then we hit the statues and I broke a bunch." And then we fell. There was a boom. We were in the woods. Frogs. Like it's just like a whole bunch of like.
Partway through all this, he's just like, "Man, Seti would be a lot better at this. Where'd Seti go? Seti!"
She fell asleep again.
And you're lost. They've left you behind. But as you guys spend some time, I will say that you are together wherever you would like to be. Is there anything that you guys would like to do with your free time before the next day comes?
I think I'm good.
I think while we're hanging out with Lauren, Seti will use she'll set up the dome so that we can not make too much noise, that everyone can come and go as they want. I'm going to see if I can even do this. Oh yeah, I got slots upon slots.
Yeah, you didn't fight, just your.
I mean, I used a lot of dimension doors and stuff, but I still got plenty of slots to use, so I'll use a fourth level to do one more sending, and I will send to Cleary.
Okay.
I hope things are okay down there. We need to talk. It's not super urgent. I have a proposition for you involving primordials.
Or first. Yeah. Following for okay. So he says well yes, we can talk as soon as I'm done down here. I'm currently stationed to keep an eye out, but that's it.
All right. Well,
His but has filled up pretty much most of the message.
yeah. We really got to work on that stammering. Waste a lot of words on these spells.
Orin just sort of chirps up. You know you can use more words on your seal?
Oh, I forgot yeah. I forget about things. I'm very tired.
And at some point throughout the day, Orin's going to contact Black and Delvers on his seal to see where they're at with the mithril.
You call him, it's like ding, ding, ding. hammering going on in the background. It's like, hey, hold, it's the owners. Hold on a second. Stop that hammering. Oh, hi, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going? I'm back.
Well,
Sort of.
you survived. That's good.
So how things go with the mithril?
Mining's going great. Actually, there are some pretty serious stores of mithril here.
Oh,
So
that's
we've
good.
already started operations, as you can see. Barely see anything. It's completely dark. It's like,
That's great.
We've already got operations. We got quite a bit of mithril. I think we could fulfill your request. I believe it was 40 pounds that you wanted?
50, I think.
50, right. 50 pounds, sure. Yeah, so we could probably get that to you. Probably within, I don't know. How long will it take us to get back up? I heard there was a churn by then, so it might extend this by about a day. So 3 days' time, we should have that back at the Black and Delver's storehouses.
Okay.
Right.
I don't know where I'll be, but I'll try and pick it up.
Right. Well, there's a lot more mithril here than that, so we do need to iron out a very specific contract for how the rest of this is going to go, because I've got a full operation working down here. We didn't assume you were dead, but it did seem possible. So, yeah, we sort of got started just in case.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll work something out.
Well, fine then. Great. Well, we're going to get back to work down here. And,
Okay.
and ding, ding, ding. Not yet, Jim. Right. So, glad you're alive. We'll have your 50 pounds, 3 days' time. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Boop, boop, boop.
And I'm gonna share that info with the rest of the group, and be like, we need to come up with a contract or something with these guys.
Honestly, I feel like they're doing all the hard work. If we ask for 10%, that's
30%.
Sure,
That's a good
but
number, right?
we technically own the rights to
we do.
the mine or whatever you want to call it.
We do, but
90%?
I don't know. We could always.
I
Yeah,
feel
don't know
like
what-
50-50 might be the maximum I think is fair, but I'm okay with 10% because they're doing all the hard work. Mining is really hard work and they should be compensated fairly for that. But I'm not particularly attached to...
Didn't we lose days of time while we were in there? I feel like that's worth 100%.
We lost months, yeah, I mean, but...
Well, we could. Maybe just we'll get a percentage of the sales or something, and maybe a discount on future ore.
And first dibs on any relics.
Yeah, that seems fair.
I mean, what relics? What are you talking about?
If they happen
Maybe
to
they find a nice
something
tea set.
really
I don't
cool,
know.
we can...
Or maybe they find a neat statue like the other ones we've had.
I mean, we pretty much emptied that place already.
The first level.
Oh, we didn't
Yeah.
dig through the walls. They're digging through the walls.
But we have the key to the second, so...
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, who knows?
We should- Someday we should go and see what's on that second floor.
Well, if nothing else comes up, we can always do that next.
Something else always comes up.
I'm tired of things coming up. I just want this fight to be over.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, so we'll figure something out. I gotta go there in 3 days. So
We've got time to think about it then.
yeah, if we're not somewhere else at that time, anyway.
Well, I guess we'll find out in the morning what is going on and what might need done.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you guys would like to do during this free time?
How much time are we saying is this free time?
About a work day, because that's what Oren's spending working on his thing. So about the next 7 hours.
I'm gonna pull out the key parts and start like.
No, those stay in the bag because we don't want to fuck with those where people can see us or detect
We're in
us
the dome.
or use magic to scry on us.
But how would
They stay in the bag.
If you wanted to mess with those, you could. There's a very specific place you can work with things like
There's
that.
a box downstairs in the elevator we can go to.
I don't want to mess with those until we're ready to use them. I don't want anybody knowing we have them, and they can be scried upon when they're not inside the bag.
But not inside the box.
But what are you going to do? You have to close the box for it to be safe.
No. The big box. The one we looked at the book in.
Oh. I think we should talk to people before we make the thing.
It might come up in the meeting.
I think it will.
They already knew we had at least one piece. We discovered we had the second one.
For the lock then?
They don't
He's
know
just kinda
about
like
the second
eyeing
one unless Clary
Said
told
he
them.
like,
You guys do know that the key teeth are actually have already been claimed and are hidden somewhere within the tower.
Primus hid them. We said maybe one of the apperception rooms, but we don't know. He took it from us. And
They
then
would be hidden. You guys don't. Yeah, in the Verboten Reliquary is where they would be. Which is inaccessible to any living creature.
We'll probably have to give up the other two pieces.
so could Arn get in there yet? Because he's dead.
He's dead a lot, but currently I think he's alive.
currently he's alive.
He's animated currently. I don't know about the life part.
All right. Well,
He's kind of like Schrodinger's PC. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not alive or dead, but also alive and dead.
I wouldn't mind going to the library to try to research this tentacle monster we all saw. If perhaps he's okay with me splitting off. I don't want to interrupt the snuggle pile.
But we're leaving?
We're gonna go to the library. Would you like to go to the library?
I don't have to. It can wait until tomorrow.
We can go.
You don't have to go either. You could stay here with Orin if you want.
He's in his own world.
That man sure likes to tinker with shit.
Best to just let him have it.
All right. So as C continues working in the halls of nascency, you guys head to the Athenaeum.
Yeah, let's just do some research on tentacle monsters from the far realm.
All right. So as you arrive there in this sort of like very tall, like 200 foot tall, like ladders moving to different platforms, moving to different discs and different levels of just books and different reading nooks with like red leather chairs. Every direction there are just like little candle lit, or they're not like even candle lights. They feel like candle lights, but they're electrical and they sit on each little table. Where would you guys like to start?
Far realm, tentacle things, beings,
Okay.
gods.
Are you going to attempt to find that yourself? If so, I need you to make me an investigation check.
Well, I can ask one of the little
Robot dudes.
robot dudes.
Okay. All right. So as you I guess knock on the wood,
I just stop on the floor.
you stop on the floor. You watch as it just sort of ding, like your spring just like pops straight out, and it's like the same familiar one. He says, yes. How can I help you? You've returned to the Athenaeum. Oh, and I see your clearance has been risen.
Oh, right. Well, we need to know about.
You have acquisition to Forbidden Tomes now.
Right. Tentacled beings like monsters or gods in
I
the
have
far
books on krakens.
in the far
Incoming.
realm from the far realm.
From the far realm. Tentacles. Well, give me a moment.
and he sort of pops down and pops back up. He says, "We have 3,642 tomes on tentacled creatures from the far realm."
Oh, I mean, not just creatures, but like gods, the things that devour corpses or use corpses. Can we narrow that down?
Most gods that we have found seem to have relevance to the same sort of tentacliness. Tentacles seem to be quite a theme in that place.
Yeah, all right.
What if
How
we
about-
add in trespasser?
Well, no, how about red glow? Or crimson
Red?
glow?
Crimson Glow. I have 6 tomes on crimson glowing tentacled monsters from the far realm.
We'll take those 6 tomes, thank you.
Yes, it's not as direct translations, obviously, but here you go.
Are they all in like deep speech or something?
There are some that are not in common. There are some that are. One of them is a picture book.
Oh, okay. Well, Mitnir can have that one.
Another one is just an encyclopedia of theorized like far realm entities. And it's an encyclopedia. It's about half a foot thick.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just filled with pretty much like every listed creature ever theorized to have sourced from the far realm, and their greater deities listed in whatever tongues or stuff that anybody's ever heard of. It's just a big encyclopedia of everything ever.
Okay.
But searching through it is like
A monumental
investigation
task.
check all of its own.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there's just another one that's just like a storybook that sort of talks about like the experience of a few mortals that have had a run-in with like a cult that tried to raise a specific entity that was like that had like, you know, red glow and they were tentacles and blah blah, and that was about as far as they got. Right.
Okay. Propsy, you want to tackle that one? If there are any that aren't in common, I can use comprehend languages to understand them. So if there's one
there are two. The last two are not in common. So
okay, is there one in deep speech?
yes.
Okay, I will.
Or deep speech glyphs. Like it's more conceptual than it is actual language.
I will read that one with comprehend languages.
Okay. Cool. So I need everybody who's doing this reading to make me an investigation check.
Ugh, 21.
21.
A 9 for that picture book. Oh yeah.
9 picture book. You see a tentacle on almost every page. And so like it's like pretty much every 5 minutes you see Mitnir walks up and he's like, "Oh, is this it?" It's like
After like the 5th no, just throws the book.
yeah.
Perhaps he got a 5.
Perhaps you got a 5. Yeah, you have a hard time with the way this is written. It's like it's narrative.
It's like reading Shakespeare.
It's like narrative fantasy, but yeah, it's like way too poetic and lofty, and you're just having like a really hard time like getting through any information that's coming from it. Whoever did this, they wrote it a long time ago, and it's mostly handwritten. And like even like the end of the book, it's like, "And now it comes," and just like, you know, like they were dying while they wrote it, you know.
I got a 21 for mine.
A 21 for yours. Which one were you doing? The strange language one?
The one in deep speech.
Yeah, so the one that you were reading at in deep speech, it seems to be an account from an illithid. That one of the earliest accounts that had been maybe passed down verbally or through a hive and then finally transcribed when the Risen Mind of Ystrandi came here. So it's kind of like folklore to them. With the 21, you're able to decipher that there are a few gods that they remember from their time there, and beings that didn't just exist on one layer within the far realm, but all echoes at once. These entities swam through the echoes of the farm realm as if it were a sea, or if it was like as if it were the astral sea. They treated their own existence as like each like it could be a planet was just one beating organ that set the function for these creatures, these elder gods. And there were a list of a few. elder gods.
Do they have names or?
Go ahead and make me a Arcana check. I know this is weird, but make me an Arcana check to try to parse through the information and see if you can.
Hey, Bropsy, do you want to give me some guidance for my Arcana check?
Come on, you can do it. I believe I can do Arcana.
Like my lowest skill, I have a +4, so. Oh, that's a nat 20. 24, bitch.
Natural 20 for a 24.
I told you.
You see information.
Thanks for your belief in you. You got me there.
Based on what you said, the creatures that you've been reading into, you found that there are denizens that work for these gods.
Hmm.
They're emissaries that they send to planes to do their bidding and open the path for them. And that seems to be coincide very accurately with the thing that you saw. Based on your natural 20, what was the total?
24. Unless
24.
Propsy gave me guidance, I think she might be like AFK or not.
I think you go ahead and roll the guidance. I assume she would.
Propsy always gives guidance.
I assume so, but you weren't here to. Yeah, okay, well, that's a 25.
Sorry,
I rolled a
Suri's
1.
crying for attention, so
Okay.
I had to get up.
Well, 25, that's still pretty freaking good. Looking through it, there is nothing specific for black or for the red mist, for the red in the mist. What you're assuming is that might have had something more to do with the emissary and less to do with the thing that it came from. But you do find quite a lot on black tentacles. And especially the more you read into it, the overarching reaching tentacles that come en masse, that's enough to like swallow a whole planet. This creature that is in itself all-encompassing and the breeder of 1,000 young that it sends to devour other realities. It is known as the Black Goat of the Woods. And in the tongue that it lays out as, it comes as Shub-Nugrath.
I found a name. Black Goat of the Woods. Can I ask the robot guy if he has any more books mentioning specifically those two names?
What, the Black Goat of the Woods and Shub-Nugrath?
Yeah.
He says, unfortunately, the only cross-reference that I have is within the encyclopedia.
I will look them up in the encyclopedia.
This is the big tome. Yeah, it's just, I will give you
My notes for this session are real long. The last 2 sessions were like, we fought, things happened.
Making up for it now.
Yeah.
We went to the library. Things happened. Done.
Because it's encyclopedia, I'm actually going to find an encyclopedic description of this elder god. 1 second.
So after
You
Mitnir
can send me that
failed
later
with
too.
the picture book, he would have liked to have looked up celestial runes cross-referenced with tattoos.
Aww.
Okay, go ahead and make me an investigation check for that.
Oh boy. That's better. It's a 12 at least.
Oh gosh, they have their own article. It's a what?
It was a 12.
12? You find a lot of information on glyph work from the Celestials. It's like hundreds of tomes of
It's
glyph
okay.
work,
He reads none of it and just looks at the pictures.
It's their primary means of enchantment in magic use is to imbue glyphs onto things because it is easier for them to just put their own will into something and then to leave a glyph that controls it. It's a very nuanced sort of magic because it is brought on by divine power instead of by actual arcana. So pretty much what you're able to find is that most glyphs could be anything and can do anything.
I got it. Glyph has no meaning other than what I intend it to be. I'm an expert at this.
Are you
Uh,
are you trying to become a tattoo artist?
Well, I mean, maybe. It's just like scribbling on people, right?
I mean, yeah, kind. But you have to not go too deep. You have to be very precise about the placement.
Kind of looks at you like, huh?
You know, you don't want to puncture through the skin and get into the muscle. You just want to put it between the layers of the skin.
What if you want to put tattoo on the muscle?
Well, then nobody would be able to see that it's on the muscle. You'd hurt the muscle.
So shallow. Just skin.
Right, just skin.
I don't get it.
I'm sure we could get somebody to practice on for you, as if Bropsy's standing by with heal spells.
Seti?
Maybe practice on some leather first, and then we'll talk.
Where's Ernie?
Well, you're wearing a bunch of leather.
It's a good question. Where is Ernie?
Like pants.
Is he just with you guys hanging out in the halls? Because if he is, he's just stepping.
He's just gonna be here with us.
Yeah, he's just walking around saying, "And your technology is weak." And he's just like stepping on people's experiments.
Rude.
Look, he does what he does. He's Ernie.
Yeah, so most of the information you find in it just says the black go to the woods of 1,000 young. Shubdagrath,
Ugly.
one of the great outer gods. And based on the description of woods in which the woods themselves have formed into living creatures made of tentacles, it feels very much like that was
That's
her
the one.
domain.
That's
Our
the
tree fell apart into tentacles.
All right. Well, we know what we're up against. We don't know much else about it, but we have a name.
Make me one more intelligence check.
Ooh boy, guidance.
You got this.
Ooh, that's not great. Guidance better be really fucking awesome. Oh, that's a 2. I got a 11.
Never mind. Yeah. Is there anything else that you guys would like to look up in the Athenaeum?
I think I'm good. I think that probably takes a while.
The what's it? You said his name earlier in break. The apple dude.
The Magister?
Yeah, I want to look him up.
Okay, so are you gonna just like peruse the shelves, or are you asking the?
Oh, I'm not gonna ask the robot for a book about the Magister.
He says, sorry, the Magister, any information concerning the Magister is actually technically above your clearance level.
Then I'm gonna go look for the area above my clearance level and search the shelf.
I don't think that's
Okay.
how this works.
Make an investigation check.
Wait. Nope, that's a nat one.
Cool. You find a book called The Gifts of the Magi.
He ends up in the cafeteria.
And you read about a little baby that got a bunch of weird gifts from a bunch of creepy dudes.
Just like summon the robot. This has nothing to do with what I asked about.
Yeah. He's like, you're the one who perused the shelves. Oh! Toss back into the ground.
Just chuck the book at him.
He's gone. He's back into the ground. Just one of the little tube holes.
Chuck the book at the ground.
It's like a whack-a-mole. Learning.
Hi.
What's that?
Perhaps you would like to request a book on Olympia.
On what?
Olympia.
Olympia. Okay. So he brings you a couple of different tomes that are just like everything you need to know about the Evander, the plane of this, and you are more than welcome to peruse on Wikipedia. You would like anything you would like to know about it, because there's a lot of information on this place.
Oh boy.
So you have my permission to look up any information you would like about that plane.
Okay.
Why do the libraries have to have restricted sections? I don't understand. I don't get
Because
it.
some knowledge can
Some
be
knowledge is
dangerous in the
dangerous.
wrong hands.
But is it worse for me to have the knowledge than to just try and do it myself?
As a Patrick
Depends on the
says,
knowledge.
the reason that this knowledge, you have the clearance to know why, is because the true name of the Magister should be revealed. It would be powerful in the hands of those that might find it.
Hmm. Is it Dave?
Yes, it is Dave.
Wait. Can I remember what he introduced himself as when we were there?
Make an intelligence check.
Oh, fuck.
Did he even introduce himself, or did
I
he just
don't-
offer you an apple?
I don't remember.
Would that be an
Been so
ability
long.
check? Can I roll that again?
Sure. It is an ability check.
It's a 13.
Yeah, you just remember this creepy guy coming in on a horse bareback, lying on his back, bareback.
Damn.
Who came in and who just sort of swung around and offered you guys some apples when you said no. You then left, and that was it. Like, he didn't say his name that you remember. He just kind of like creeped up on you out of nowhere in a massive expanse of mountains and hilltops. He just happened to be there right when you guys showed up.
That's not coincidence. I just want more information about the people in charge, because we know nothing about them.
I'd agree. It would be good to know more and know who to trust, most importantly.
That dude with the dagger, I don't trust that one.
No, not at all.
Yes, this tube thing just keeps popping back up. He's like, it's simply that these individuals, being in mortal frame, are more vulnerable here than they would be
We know.
anywhere outside Selindor. Like, for instance, I'm operating as one of my own tiny little Modron to have conversations with you instead of coming here directly.
Oh,
What, did you
Wait.
think all of the Modron were this verbose?
Yes.
we
Well,
haven't
they're
met
not.
that
They're
many,
a
to
whole
be
bunch
honest.
of dummies. They get more complex the higher up in the hierarchy they go. I mean, the Decadons, they're pretty smart.
Did you already know what I just found out? The name of the thing that's coming out of the cauldron?
I did. But it's better that you find this information yourself.
Right. Do you know what to do about it? What can be
I
done?
don't. It's another one of the denizens of the Far Realm, and honestly, you see this little stick just like raises his tiny little stick hands and just little robotic arms that are like pencil thin, and just rests him on the thing and just starts scratching his little half-human chin.
I
And
think...
he's just like,
Go ahead.
it's not good, but it's hard to say whether they would play nice or not.
I think one of our previous traveling companions might have become an emissary for it. Inadvertently.
Then unfortunately, he's a lost cause.
We couldn't use that somehow. If I could communicate with him.
I urge you against communicating with anything that works for the Far Realm, especially anything concerning Northart. Your father has been working very, very hard to keep the weave off of you.
Right.
That's got to be a tough job.
You've been working very hard to center yourself.
We know it's been a tough job. We weren't doing it on purpose. We were just being chased by Northart and wanted to know why and wanted to stop it.
We were just being us.
I understand. And you've all done quite well.
Did you hear what else we were talking about before we left the Nexus?
You're inside my domain. I've heard everything that happened since you arrived here.
Then you know we have the other piece.
Yes. And it's fair that you keep it quiet to yourselves. Honestly, I'm not supposed to be talking to you. I'm supposed to wait to the council meeting tomorrow, so it's better if we just pretend that we don't talk about this.
Would you like
It's
us...
up to you whether you would like to share with the rest of the council members whether you got the third key piece or not. We could just hide it down in the, I forgot the name of the section of my place.
I feel like it would behoove us to
relic
keep
bag.
the pieces separate from each other.
Fair enough.
Some
But there may
reliquary-
come a time when we use it. This tower was originally constructed for the one purpose of turning that key.
We knew that.
Yeah. But until we're ready,
It just like narrows its one eye at you, like.
It's amazing the things you can learn from old people.
Yes, old people are very much the best.
And you know a lot.
I know everything.
I give him the same like squinty eye back.
Yeah, we were all just doing the. All right, well.
You can look down at me all you want, but I have birthed worlds.
You say that like it's special or something.
How many worlds have you birthed?
I don't know.
Exactly. You know nothing, and I know everything.
What if it was infinite?
And then you see this Roger say, "Is there anything I can help you with?"
He left.
I win.
That is how you win. You chase the other person away with dumb questions.
You think that would work in combat?
Maybe.
That's what a bard is.
I don't ask dumb questions that much.
Not you necessarily. It's just your profession.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. We're fucking terrible. Nobody's more annoying than a guy with a guitar.
Yes.
Off in the distance, you hear Wonderwall start playing.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. In the background, you hear. So
Somebody in the
anyway, here's
library is
Wonderwall.
practicing.
Yeah, exactly. Here's Wonderwall.
All right, well, I'm exhausted. It's been a long day. And reading.
All right. So as you guys all meet up after your time in the library, your time working on your hoverboards for the pentathlon that is to come to some 2 weeks from now, I assume you all find yourselves back in a place where you can all rest together, or either that or back in your own separate dorms, wherever you would like to find rest for the evening.
Good question. We are right next to our dorms. We don't have to go far.
You don't have to go far.
I mean, I want to check on my mushrooms.
Yeah. So when you get to your mushrooms, they're growing nicely. Your one mushroom fracture that is currently growing seems to be growing quite well.
Is it one? Just one? Two left?
There's one fracture left. That is.
Okay. Yes, the breathing one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Thank you for the little pat.
Yep. It goes. Kind of toots at you as you touch it.
Spurs the words.
As you lay down with the rest of your mushrooms and ward off Brogy from experimenting on you in your sleep. And as the rest of you maybe lay there thinking about what has come to pass, and maybe dealing with a little bit of trauma.
I'm casting Dream when I'm asleep.
Okay, we'll go ahead and do that.
I go to my mom.
Okay, she's having a dream where she is one of the people on a chessboard. And she, you can see her, and then you hear night to eve. Sorry, I didn't quite hear that. This is my first day as a knight, and
Mom,
I didn't hear where. Oh, Seti, do you know which E I'm supposed to go to?
I don't know a damn thing about chess. I did not pay attention at all during those tutorings.
And as you start walking up to her, she's like, oh my god, it's so good to see you, my dear. Oh my goodness. I hate dreams where you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, those are the worst. But, I mean, real life, when you don't know what's going on, is also just maybe worse. So I don't know.
Yes, I'm usually quite on top of things, but sometimes, when your father's not around and my dreams are chaos, I tell you what, they are just the silliest.
Do you think, I mean, I have really silly dreams all the time too, but do you think, I mean, he is the dream weaver. Is he responsible for all the dreams we have? Because then I have some words I would like to exchange with him about the dream I had last week that seemed very inappropriate for my father to send to me.
I think it's more, we create a half of a dream and he fills in the rest, or maybe the rest of his
is creatures that control dreams for them the rest. I think it has a lot to do with your own state of mind when you go in, and it's whether, you know, he paints the backdrop with which dreams exist.
Do you think this one means that you feel like you're just a pawn in somebody's game?
I really do think that is the case, yes. Well, actually, I feel like I'm a knight in someone else's game, more specifically.
Well, that's better than being a pawn. I feel
very
like
much
pawn.
better than being a pawn. I'm quite happy. I mean, I'd rather be a queen.
Wouldn't we all?
Or maybe even the one calling the shots. But
I just hug her.
She hugs you back.
Mom, there was so much I wanted to tell you and so many things I wanted to get your advice on. But can you just hold me?
Forever.
It's really good to see you.
You too. Please come visit for real sometime.
I'll try. Portals are difficult. Planar travel is difficult. Dangerous.
Well, don't do anything dangerous, because, frankly speaking, I don't think I could handle losing you again.
I'll do everything I can to make sure that doesn't happen. I don't want to put you through that again. And I'm sorry I did the first time.
Good. Well, while you're here, want to learn some magic?
Yeah, what? Sure. What you have in mind?
Oh, your mom knows a few tricks.
Okay.
Let's review what you do know, and we'll take it from there.
Oh, God. I've learned a lot.
And while you do this dream with your mother, I would like you all to level up. And you can determine what spells you learn from your mother with your level up.
Okay.
Huzzah!
I know I'm taking Armor of Agathis, so...
Hey, we can be twinsies.
Yeah.
Wait. Is this the level where I can change my armor?
Is Mom teaching us all spells?
No, she just happened to be in the dream thing. So she's like, I've got a few tricks. Let's refer what you. You can change up to 3 spells.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you. I think I only need the one.
You can change up to 3 spells from your mom.
Okay. A nice little boon for my stupid ass bard level progression bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm like invincible now.
Cool.
Not invincible, but I now have fungal body. So I'm immune to crits and blinded and deafened and frightened and poisoned.
Ooh, that's really nice.
That's pretty solid.
I'm getting Fey touched, which means I get misty. Okay, so Rapsy can cast Bless, right? But only from the bead.
Yeah, that's not a druid thing
That's a
normally.
cleric spell.
I can either get Bless or Bane. So I feel like maybe I just do Bless.
Well, I just became OP.
You weren't already? Mr. Monk?
I just got Tongue of the Sun and Moon, so now I can understand every spoken language.
Yeah.
And
you're stepping
anyone
on
that
my
can speak a
territory.
language, anyone that understands a language
What's
can
the point of
understand me.
bards?
I don't know, especially when the monk's around.
Wow, rude.
Yep. So now he's gonna hear every single thing that Ernie says. Ernie will not be able to hide his megalomania.
Oh no, Ernie. Well, I can sell my breastplate or give it to somebody else if they need it.
Well, with that, as you all find rest for the evening and level up, we will call it there for the week. And we will be back next time if the world doesn't hate us. Which most of the time it seems to do just that. So
I do think I have conflicts next week, but I think we can work around them. So we'll
play by ear.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, we love you. Thanks so much for hanging out. And remember, we did it for the
rolls. Someday everyone's gonna say it.
Someday.
Good
night, guys.